Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2017 in our European Journeyman series as we look for a new club after leaving Napoli. Now I just want to show you the Champions League was eventually won by Manchester United in an all-Manchester final. Gabriel Barbosa getting a 78th minute winner to give United another Champions League title. If we look at the past winners, it's the first time they've won it in this save and the first time since Manchester City that English teams won it as well. Benfica in there a couple of times, Monaco in there, Valencia in there. 4 times a team of ours, or a former team of ours, have won the Champions League now, which is quite good going. But overall, the plan today, I did forget last time to show you the players and just sort of an end of season review of the playing squad. So we'll do that, then you can watch me resign from the club. We'll see what jobs are available and I will keep you updated as we go forward looking for a new club. Now, if we do it by average rating, there's one player who stands out. He was given our player of the season despite only joining us in January. It's Leonor Messi, who's going to retire in just a few days' time. He's still got incredible stats. I can't believe that the game is forcing him to retire. But at 37 years old, it is what is going on. It's the most goals he scored since the 18-19 season in the game. They really don't rate his goal scoring very highly in this game whatsoever. But he also got 12 assists. He was involved in 27 games in 16 league matches. When you put it like this, he had 28 involvements in goals in 18 games in all competitions. Just absolutely phenomenal stuff. He turned our season completely around when he came in. Castellano, another player who did a brilliant job for us, still only 27 years old. He's a player that I would look to bring to my next club. We only signed him for £16 million. So how much is he worth now? He's now worth £24.5 million. But he got 13 goals, 21 goals in all competitions since joining us. Absolutely incredible from midfield as well. Doing a brilliant job. Better for us here than he ever was at Monaco. Ganuni, another brilliant player. He got injured towards the end of it, which is a bit frustrating, but overall did very well. £35.5 million signing, worth the money we paid for him. Diabate, another big player, 17 finishing now, very good stuff. We signed him for £34 million and he's been very consistent and excellent for us, certainly in the league. 19 goals and 10 assists in the league, leaves him looking very good. 36 involvements in goals in 40 games. Overall, you can see why Real Madrid are interested in him. Asensio, another big player signing, £4.2 million he cost, and look at the average ratings we got out of him. He was a fantastic signing, and this season, arguably one of his better seasons. 20 goals he was involved in over the course of the year. Thomas Lemar, another big impact signing. Didn't play very much, but for £12 million certainly did a good job, especially in the Champions League when Messi wasn't available. Traore's been consistent as well. The fullbacks are always good with the tactic that I use. Very good average ratings for him. Signed for just 650k, but incredibly good stuff. Mancini, another very good signing, now worth £13 million. He's done an excellent job. Played a lot more than I expected him to when we signed him from Juventus for just £5.75 million. And he certainly looks like a good buy now. Husay, another player that we brought in on a free, and look at the rating that he's had. A brilliant signing. There's been a lot of excellent signings. There's been a few duds as well. Santa Maria still in my under-20 squad, unable to shift him at the moment. Bertoli, a player with good potential. He'll do quite well going forward. Decent overall performance. He hasn't played much this season, but he's going to do well. That's actually the goalkeeping Bartoli, by the way. Bruma, a good player. He exceeded my expectations quite a way. We signed him on a free, and look at how well he did. 13 goals, 10 assists in the league, 7.25 rating, and played every single league match. He played 51 games overall, 33 involvements in goals. Koulibaly out on loan, going to leave soon. Romero, another good signing. We got him quite cheaply, £11 million, done very, very well. Pacheco, a good youngster who will develop into a good centre-back as well. He played a bit more this season and did reasonably well this season as well. Kubas didn't play an awful lot this season. 30 games though in the league, actually. Maybe he did play quite a lot. He's a bit of an anonymous player, but he got a very good average rating along the levels that we got out of him at Benfica. Koundé, another good rotation centre-back, not worth a lot of money. Probably going to leave at the end of the season. I think his contract expires, but did a good job for us as a rotation centre-back. Murray, we all know how good Murray is. He's still only 28 years old. He's got a long career ahead of him as a goalkeeper, and he's won so many competitions in his career already. He is possibly going to join me at my next club. Balbuena, a fantastic defensive midfielder who's going to get better and better. He's only 20 years old and he's already performing very, very well for us. Amigi, another player who's going to be a world beater in the future, I'm sure of that. He's done well for us, not played as much yet as he might like. Bertoli, another good youngster. There's a lot of good youngsters in this Napoli team who I might snap up when I go to my next job. Felipe and Silla also both quite good. So that's the playing squad that we had at Napoli. They're very good signings, a lot of them. In the under-20s, we do still have Santa Maria on the books. I tried to sell him and Real Madrid bid £2.1 million for him, which is probably a sign of where he actually is. He's got to be miserable. He hasn't played football for 5 months now. We brought him in. He got 4 goals and 4 assists, to be fair. Maybe he wasn't as horrendous as I made out, but he had some really poor performances, and I wasn't happy with him overall. As a £47 million marquee signing, he just wasn't the player we wanted when we signed him. So he's stuck down there. Maybe Napoli will bring him back into the fold up front, especially if they lose Diabate. But that is it. I'm going to resign now as manager of Napoli. There we go. I am no longer the manager of Napoli. It's all done. And we had a great career there, but we now need to focus on the jobs that are available. There's not an awful lot right now. The Napoli job, obviously, the Valencia job might become available, the Schalke job might become available. If they do, I will be interested in the Schalke job, but I'm not sure if I want to take it at the moment. We might be unemployed for a little while, but I will go forward now and I'll keep you up to date with how I'm doing. By the end of this episode, we will have a new job no matter how long it takes. Well, this all happened a bit fast. I'm now the England manager. So we went through, we're only on the 3rd of August, we went through about a month and a bit of unemployment. I got offered jobs with Fiorentina, Villarreal, Valencia came back in for me, Spain wanted me to have the job. And then just randomly, Jose Mourinho resigned as manager of England. I'm not sure why he resigned. I know there was the Confederations Cup recently, but he decided to resign as England manager. The job has come up, and I think I always wanted to be England manager in this series, and I think this is actually preferable to going back to the Premier League at the moment. There are no jobs going at any kind of club that I want to manage right now, and this is 1 year out from the World Cup. So I think I'm going to stay as England manager till the World Cup at the end of this season. We'll see how we do there, and then we can decide whether we want to go any further forward than that. Now, the format for this going forward is going to be the same as it has been up to now. We'll do 4 games each episode, so things will fly forward pretty quickly in an international job doing that. It means that we should only really be out of the club game for about a year, but I don't think that's a big issue. I think it's a good opportunity to be England manager and hopefully win the World Cup. We'll have to see how that does. They want us to qualify for the World Cup as we go forward. The England team at the moment, if we take a look at the squad, is pretty decent, I think. If we have a look at the general info screen, you can see there's a couple of £60 million players in there, a few other great ones as well. We have Ben Woodburn, who's a great striker, 25 years old. He will do a brilliant job for us up front, as he has been doing. An £86 million signing he was. Lewis Cook, obviously our former Monaco player, still in there. A Monaco and Benfica player. The likes of Dele Alli still in there. The team's quite young. That is what really appealed to me about this job. A few of them quite a bit older. Harry Kane obviously now getting on a bit, but there's still a very young squad available to me, and I think I'm going to really enjoy taking over this team, and I think there's a good chance we could actually really go for the World Cup. If we look at the history and past competitions of the England team, you can see they finished 3rd in the World Cup last time around, and they actually finished runner-up in the European Championships consecutively the last 2 times. So they are a decent team. They were finished runner-up in the European International League as well. So they're a decent team. They're just not having an awful lot of success at the moment. 3rd place in the Confederations Cup as well. And I'm hoping that I can be the man to turn that around. Let me know in the comments what you think about me taking over the England job. Obviously, there's going to be a bit of work to do in the back room and stuff right now. If we look at the schedule, at the moment in the international, the World Cup qualifiers groups, if we look for England down here, we should be at the top of the group, I would imagine. We are at the top of the group. Only 2 games played, though. It's not a tough group, all things considered. Having beaten Wales and Latvia up to now, you can see they were beaten in the International League final by Italy and the Confederations Cup semi-final by Spain. So the next game that we play will be against Northern Ireland. We're going to go forward, we're going to sort out the squad. That's only next month, this match against Northern Ireland, and given there's not going to be a lot of transfer news, I might actually do both Northern Ireland and Cyprus to keep the sort of international segments in sync. But yeah, I'm quite excited about this. Let me know in the comments what you think about me taking over an international job. I know that you guys generally aren't big fans about international football, which is why I felt like the England job is the only job that I could really take. But let me know in the comments what you think about it. Drop a like on the video if you're excited to see me take on the England job. But let's go forward now, get the squad ready and see how we do against Northern Ireland. Well, the England squad has been selected and our first game as England manager is here. We're away from home against Northern Ireland. We've got a strong team going out there. Ben Woodburn is going to lead the line. He's a good player, 25 years old, playing for Manchester City at the moment. Already got 4 goals in 3 league games this season, so hopefully he can keep that going. James Carter is going to be on the left flank. He's at Manchester United, a very, very good player. He's going to be playing in a support role. Both of the inside forwards are on support because Cameron Holland is not a natural in this position. He's better as a winger, but I don't want a winger in that position at the moment. Dele Alli is in midfield, still a good player, 29 years old, very, very solid, should be able to do a good job. And Andy Clark, the new England captain, I've appointed him captain just before this match. He is by far the best player in the team and will be at 24 years old the captain for a long time to come. That's what I expect anyway. His record at Middlesbrough and at Manchester City has been phenomenal. I tried to sign him not too long ago, I think when I was at Monaco, but I wasn't able to because Manchester City got there first. Lewis Cook, we all know about him. He's going to be a regular in my team for sure. Luke Shaw at left back, still a good player, 30 years old though. We need to start thinking about a replacement for him soon. Simon Evans is in at centre back. He's alright. Currently at Chelsea, been there for just a little while. The game's only just loaded him into the actual database because remember the Premier League is a new league loaded up. Dave Marston, another good centre-back currently at Manchester City. He's a very, very good player. Another one that I did look to sign when I was at Monaco. Kevin Davies is a decent right back, can also play further up the field if we need him to. He's currently at Spurs, started out at MK Dons before moving to Villa. He's just a very, very good player, has a good average rating. Jack Butland is the best keeper in the game for England at the moment. We don't have the greatest strength in depth in that position. We need to do some work on that. Freddie Woodman, not good enough, currently the Newcastle keeper. But hopefully this team will do us some good. Harry Kane is on the bench if we need him. Ben Woodburn is my lead striker for now. I don't think Harry Kane has the pace to do the job that I want him to do. So this is a team that we're going to be going with. Hopefully they can get a good result in our first game. We're going to stick with the Newcastle tactic. I'm not going to mess about with tactics too much in international management. We'll go with this tactic. It works for us. The players fit the system and we should be able to get a good result. Thompson with the goal kick. He's sensible forward. It's cut out. Now Jones has it for Northern Ireland. Lays it off to Camps. Back to Hagan. McNair forward to Camps. Ball into McDonald. We need to be careful here. Shut them down. Camps again. Finds McDonald. Ball in. It's cut out by Luke Shaw. That was good interception. Dele Alli forward to Carter. He steps past one Northern Ireland player. Keeps going. Is then tackled by Dummigan. Camps back to Hagan, but cut out by Cook. Dele Alli. Can he create here? It's what he does for a living. Clark back to Dele Alli. Now Ben Woodburn. Shot blocked, but Holland arriving. Cracks it into the back of the net. And 4 minutes into our time as England manager, we have the lead. Corner from Davies. Sent to the near post. Headed away by Dunnigan. Davies picks it up again. Lays it off to Dele Alli. He can have a strike, and he's hit the woodwork. Close to a screamer there, Dele Alli. We've been absolutely dominant in this first half, but still only have 1 goal. Ben Woodburn's on a run though. The ball's run to Carter, and he's managed to put it below the keeper, who really should have stopped it. James Carter gets his goal. We're now 2-0 up. Pheasant sends the ball in, but it's cut out by Davies. We're all over Northern Ireland at the moment. Davies is tackled. Pheasant has it back, but gives it away to Lewis Cook. Doing a brilliant job today, Cook. Dele Alli. Back to Cook again. Alli. Plays it on to Carter. Steps inside. Back to Cook. Clark. Over the top looking for Carter, but again cut out. Cook has it. Carter onto Luke Shaw. Good position. Pulls it back to the edge of the area. Cook onto Clark, and it's stopped, but Holland is there with the follow-up. His second goal of the game makes it 3-0. Corner from Davies into the middle, headed out towards Carter, but there's a foul in there from Oliver Norwood. We've got a chance for 4-0. It's almost certainly going to be Holland to take this. Forrest hat-trick in my first game in charge. Holland does step up, and Holland finds the top corner. He's got a hat-trick. What a way to start off our time as England manager. A 4-0 win against bitter rivals Northern Ireland. Late corner from Davies is claimed by Thompson, but the full-time whistle is going to go any minute. We've had 38 shots today. Absolute control of this game from start to finish. Northern Ireland never threatened us. 4-0, we've won our first game in charge. This is a dangerous England team, and we really do have a good chance of doing well with them. We are now top of the group, 10 goal difference in there as well. Wales, Latvia, Cyprus and Northern Ireland, none of those teams are really going to challenge us, and Cyprus are up next. Interestingly, that was Cameron Holland's first cap for England. He's never played a game, and on his debut he's gone and got 3 goals. He wasn't in the game before this. We are benefiting a bit from this loading up of the English leagues, because it means players are being generated who are actually quite good, who maybe weren't in there before. Ben Woodburn did well as well, but overall just a very good first performance, especially from Holland. Well, our first game at Wembley is against Cyprus. There's a lot of changes to the team because they were all a bit knackered after that last win over Northern Ireland. And I also want to give a few other players a chance to show me what they can do. So we're going to start with Ben Woodburn again up front. He's my #1 striker. Danny Wannell is coming in. He currently plays for Chelsea. He's a good left winger, but not necessarily a good inside forward, which is why he didn't start the last game. But he's done reasonably well for Chelsea. Joined them from Leicester for £40.5 million. He's not blowing anybody away at the moment. Now, Marcus Rashford, everybody should be familiar with. 27 years old, playing for Manchester United. Still having a good season at the moment. Average 7.2 rating, and he did well last season as well. So I'm hoping we can get a good performance from him today on the right-hand side. Andy Clark, the captain, stays in midfield despite being quite tired. Simon Watson's coming in, another Manchester United player. Currently in midfield, been at the club for a while. I've got a 7.6 average rating at the moment, which I'm interested in to see if he can carry that forward. Aaron Downs at Arsenal at the moment. Decent player, signed from Liverpool, not got the best average rating, but hopefully he will be able to do a job in defensive midfield. Marco Hatfield has come in. He's not a great player, currently on loan from Manchester City to QPR, I think, where he's a new generated player in the team. I'm not sure he'll be around, but we do need to try and find a new left back to replace Luke Shaw. Central defence, Simon Evans still in there, one of the newly created players. Dave Marston still in there, as well as our best centre-back. Niall Douglas coming in at right-back as well. Another newly generated player, this one from Stoke. And Jack Butland still in goal. Corner from Wannell. Into the near post, it's cleared out towards Marcus Rashford. He plays it into Clark. Back to Rashford, shot blocked. Watson picks it up. Can he get the ball in? He looks for the cross. Woodburn's in there. Downs is there. Can he strike it? He's hit the woodwork, but it goes in. I think off the goalkeeper, Markow, who has just got the own goal there. But we do finally have our breakthrough. Our shooting has been terrible today. 10 shots, 1 on target. Corner from Wannell. Sent to the back stick for Marston. He put that straight in at goal. Markow easily able to save that. Ball sent forward from the defender. Evans has it. Now Clark onto Downs. Watson. Good passing play here. Woodburn's in on goal. Pulls it back. Wannell shot block, but Rashford arriving. Finishes it off for 2-0. Hatfield puts the ball in. Wannell back to Clark. Good position for him. And Woodburn there in the 6-yard box has touched it home, but he was quite visibly offside in all honesty. Dybal with the ball. Sends it to the right back. Now pushed forward to Bakatin. Inaris. Ball over the top. Easily controlled by Marston. Now Hatfield. Forward to Clark. Watson forward towards Woodburn, but it comes back to Watson. Now Wannell. Inside to Clark again. Watson. Clark. Downs over the top for Wannell. Ball headed into Woodburn. Takes a touch. Big tackle, but Watson arriving. Drills that one into the bottom corner for 3-0. Less than a minute left of our first game at Wembley. I think all the changes to the team definitely disrupted its rhythm. We still managed to get 31 shots at the goal, but only 9 of them were on target, leading to 3 goals. We should have had more today, but I think we made a lot of changes. It wasn't our strongest team, so it's to be expected a little bit. That ball just wasteful there from Holland. But a good 3-0 win. It means 7 goals, none conceded in our first 2 games as England manager, and 6 points on the qualification board. A very good performance. Well, as things stand, we are at the top of the group with a game in hand as well. We're almost certainly going to win this group. The Wales game will be interesting. It's quite interesting that there's 3 home nations in this group. Latvia and Cyprus shouldn't put up too much of a challenge, but next time we will be taking on Wales and Latvia. We'll also finish a qualification group by taking on Northern Ireland and Cyprus for a second time, but we should be quite comfortably qualifying from all this. And then next season, no fixtures currently in the book, so we'll probably set up a few friendlies. Let me know in the comments if you want to see friendlies or not. I'm a bit indifferent. I'll probably manage them, but I'm not sure if I can be bothered to record them, so let me know if you would like to see the friendlies or not. Drop a like on the video if you're happy with us being at England. I'm sure it's going to be a contentious call, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. At the moment, I'm only planning to do this up to the World Cup. We can then reassess, but if you quite like the idea of me managing England and trying to win a World Cup and a European Championship to add to the Champions League and National League titles that we've won up to now, then do let me know. But until next time, see ya.